Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of my Deep Week Mexico 2023 vlog. I have some super exciting diving and cenote content to share with you all, so let's get into it. It's 5:40 in the morning and I'm getting ready for sunrise yoga and a day of diving. Breakfast.
Oh my goodness. It's 6 a.m. I made it out of the apartment and I have all of my stuff ready to dive for the day, and unfortunately I just ran out of room in my backpack, so we are carrying it like this.
Sunrise at beach. It's actually a lot darker than it looks right now. Every morning there was yoga to get yourself relaxed before diving. Then we would head in a van to whatever cenote was chosen for that particular day.
This way! Cruise on through.
The first day we all went to Kinha, which is a cenote on the Riviera Maya.
It was just a cool experience and a really cool dive site. There were lines on the cenote and there were buoys attached to the lines. It was kind of amazing how many people we had fit in there. I think it's around 98, which is super cool because people from all over the world, all different walks of life, everyone coming together, loving free diving, and that's so beautiful. But I honestly got a bit of the jitters. There were some points where you're breathing on, it's like, oops, my fin is kicking you. The light rays, they were coming in through the hole of the cave. How they shine into the water is just absolutely amazing. But it's one little sliver of light, so we were all trying to get the videos, we were all playing in it. And you're just, you're like bumping into people. And there was this one video of me where I was just underneath the waters and I felt something underneath me and I'm like, why am I like sitting on someone right now? And yeah, this person bumped into me. It was so funny.
In the afternoon, we would have wave theory and breakout sessions. This was one of my favorite parts, honestly. Day 2, wave 4, went to Cenote Maravilla. This was way more my pace. Look at that. Out in the middle of nowhere, calm, quiet. This cenote was pretty small in diameter, steep steps down, and only room for a few buoys. No cave or overhead made the water much more bright, and the depth was from 32 to 40 meters. Day 3, everybody went to Cenote Yomkin. It was huge, so lots of space in the water, surrounded by huts to place your stuff at, and there's a max depth of 70 meters. Everyone's really supportive at Deep Week, and anytime anybody gets a PB, there's screaming or clapping on the water. It's really cute.
I am at the cenote right now, and I just finished like the shortest dive session of my life. My left ear was just I could do a dive and everything will work perfectly, and then I'll go do my second dive, and then suddenly I feel pressure right behind my eardrum, like I think it's coming from my middle ear. So, that sucks, but I think the awesome part of today is I did a very slow free immersion down the line, just to really go through all my checks, like where am I holding tension, move my jaw, move my head around, flip my orientation, to see if that relieves any of the pressure. Yes, that is a recap.
A few of the wave groups went to a second cenote for the rest of the afternoon. This is Cenote Jardín del Eden, or Garden of Eden, named after its beauty. This cenote is very wide, but not deep at all. There was a line that went across the length of the cenote for students to do dynamic apneas at. It was really busy though, so I didn't do it here. Instead, I did what I do best, which is just go diving in my bikini and take videos of myself. It was really pretty. It reminded me a lot of Florida though, just the rocks and the water. I had to end my dive day leaving this place cleaner than I found it, so I picked up this piece of shiny tinfoil. Day 4, it was a new cenote, Laguna Canlum.
I'm pretty excited for today just because like the pressure's off. I might do one dive. I woke up, my nose was stuffy, my throat wasn't feeling good, my body was tired. It was a really rough morning. I was considering not even coming here, but when in Rome.
I was a really big fan of this dive site as well. It's this big shallow lake, but there is a sinkhole right at the edge of the dock where you can see a bunch of buoys lined up and lots of space. I would honestly come here just to hang out too. This was a really fun dive for me because I did not have any expectations on myself to go down due to how sick I was feeling earlier in the day, but you can see that this beginning layer for the first about 6 meters, it is green and then it's cloudy. You can't really see much, but then it kind of starts to clear up and you can see the safety diver just checking on me. Hi, Daniel. Another awesome thing about this dive is I was wearing only Lycra since I didn't even expect to be in the water for long, so I had no weight belt, which was really cool, and I was just wearing my comfort mask and breathed out of my snorkel. It was just a really comfy dive. It's starting to get blurry now because at 27 to 28 meters there's a thin white cloud, and after that it becomes pitch black, which you can see right here when I turn around. This isn't how I would normally turn on a performance dive, but I really wanted to show how dark it was and then how you get through the layer and you could finally see again. It's just so cool. And on my way up you can see the walls around me, there's rocks, there's Daniel. I'm actually so obsessed with how this Lycra looks. It's so funny, I bought this a couple years ago. It's a workout suit. It's just like a workout one piece. And I wore it to college one day and people asked me if I was scuba diving. And I didn't even know what diving was. Oh my god, the dancing. He's so happy underwater. And I'm just like taking my sweet time out. I think filming yourself while on a dive is a lot of fun because you perceive yourself through the camera and it takes you out of your mind and you're just relaxed and you're equalizing and it's perfect. Right after we went to a small second shallower cenote to do a festive Halloween dive in costumes. There were a lot of people in the water at one point, so it got a bit silty, but here I am in my Spider-Man one piece. We would get together for dinner on most evenings, and yeah, it was really festive since Halloween is also Day of the Dead. Day 5 was a much needed rest day. You could do whatever you wanted to on this day, but a group of us decided to go to Chichen Itza, which was absolutely breathtaking. After the pyramid, we went to a second cenote called Cenote Chukum, which you had to take these steps to go almost underneath the ground and enter a cave. There's a nice hole on top that allows light rays to shine into the water. The cave was also lined with really interesting looking stalactites. This cenote required us to wear life jackets, so we really just enjoyed the water, the beauty of it. And I went down once with my life vest on, which didn't quite go as planned, but I think that's for the better because on a rest day, you really should be out of the water. Days 6 and 7, we went back to cenote Kanlum and Yamkin. The Wave 4 group had a mock competition to help prepare the divers for what it's like to compete. We had to announce our depth and time and discipline the prior night. The day of, the plate was dropped to our targeted depth. We were given a countdown and we also had to perform a clean surface protocol. I got tangled in this thin line that held the buoys in place, so they let me go again and I did 34 meters, so woo. Since I felt good about that dive, the next day I announced 37 meters just because I hadn't really been going deep the whole time. And I got tangled in the buoy yet again. I only went 5 meters down. I was just like, whatever, I'm done. My ear is what partially made me feel that way, so I kind of let go of all of my expectations for the rest of the day because I just felt like I really wasn't going to be able to go down. I ended up doing one last dive with my GoPro, of course, because I love a dive with the GoPro, and I actually went down 37 meters, so I got to the depth that I had wanted to do for the day, but just completely differently than I had planned on doing it. And I liked seeing the cenote. It was really clear, and I didn't even know that I had 2 divers waiting for me. That's actually Adam. And anytime that someone waves at me, I think that they're concerned, so I give them an okay sign. I want to mention that I kept running into seatless toilets in Mexico. I was really fascinated by this. Day 8 was the last day of Deep Week, and we went to Laguna Conloom for some fun dives before the closing ceremony in the evening.
Okay, that is it for my Deep Week experience. I had a great time. I'm really happy that I attended. And if I could choose one thing that is the best about going to Deep Week, I would say that it's getting to know everyone. You make friends from all over the world. You get connected with them online and you learn about all these new places to dive. I just would have never made those connections if I didn't attend Deep Week. And you just have this sort of camaraderie with the wave that you chose, since you spend every day with them, and they see you in a really vulnerable state too. Like for me, I was struggling on the line. Like I couldn't go down, I was stuffy, I was taking decongestion. It was interesting for me. I would recommend that if you're taking a dive trip traveling, if you can and have the flexibility to, it's great to factor in a little bit of time to acclimate to the place that you're staying. Take some time to feel comfortable, to recover from traveling. It can be really exhausting. I was really exhausted. I had a 2-hour flight, but I made the mistake of not sleeping the night before, which, like, who does that before they're going to spend a whole week of rigorous diving? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, I learned that as well. Like I said, the best part about Deep Week is the connections you make and the really valuable knowledge that everyone has to bring to the table. There is a great student to instructor ratio, so I always felt like I was in the water with someone who was way more skilled than me, which is exactly what you want as a diver. And seeing other people, their techniques, getting different advice on what to do, it makes all the difference, because for freediving, it is a very personal sport. Especially with equalization, there's no perfect way to demonstrate what to do with this air inside your mouth. Everyone has a different way of explaining it. I think freediving is a little bit like a puzzle. If you really want to focus on trying to get deeper and seeing where you get stuck, it's like there's some keys that you need to uncover, and then once you uncover that, then there's this other thing that you run into, and it's just like a never-ending process for improvement, which actually sounds kind of depressing now that I think of it, but and then it's like really fulfilling too, because then you accomplish what you want, and that feeling is like no other. It's just the journey of getting to where you want to go and feeling that total relaxation take over your body and mind. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling about how much I love freediving. You guys already know that. Thanks for watching. I had a great time and I can't wait to share the next adventure with you. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!